You have to tap the screen.
Do I?
Tap.
Oh,
Well,
there you go.
If you pull it over this way, will it again? Sorry.
Everybody.
No, it's about as.
I think maybe we could pour it against the hand sanitizer. Let me see it.
Yeah, in between this two, should be something to hold it.
Let me see mine.
I don't know, Chuck. Like that? Or,
No, I guess what I was asking was if we move it over, would it get more over there?
Can you
Or-
pass it to me?
Oh.
I mean, I'm holding it. That's holding it, so I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, try the next one. The next two notches.
Not really.
Hi guys, we're having technical difficulties. Nobody's on here yet.
It's no, actually, it's 5 people.
Oh,
It's, it doesn't get. It's not getting hurt.
it's okay. But I do need them to see that. because
Should I
it's the
swing
closest
around
part.
a little bit? Or I can't do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can do that. Sit on the edge there. And,
So she can be
Okay,
seen on.
excuse my reach, because I'm gonna try to take this off. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's better.
I was trying to see. You can scoot in a little bit. Brittany? Happy Sunday! So
Happy
I
Sunday.
speak up because I don't have headphones.
I can hear you. I can tell you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear
My
yourself?
camera.
I'd have to scoot in back. Yeah, I
You
can.
good?
Yeah.
Okay, so today,
We're not live yet.
We're not live?
You want to live us? Yeah.
oh yes.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Okay.
Yes.
We're live.
All right, happy Sunday. Now we are actually on the air for Coug Radio. We're live every Sunday at 2 p.m. or as soon as we get here. We're doing Speakeasy, a new show. And so we're doing good. We started at 2:30. We'll be here for about 30 minutes or so. But yeah, so new show. And I wanted to have people on that inspire me, people who are poets, singers, photographers, directors, and everybody that falls in the category of the entertainment industry, really. And I have Gabe with me, Gabriel Bush. Hopefully you're going to say something there.
Yeah, I'm going to talk.
Okay. So with us today, I'm really excited. We have Miss Brittany, which is AKA Lady 380. And
Sha.
you're going to introduce yourself? Sha Gary. I know you've had so many names. It's been a couple of years, so there's Miko and Shamika.
Yeah,
and
Shamika's government, Miko's Houston. Sha's professional.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. There was what was I gonna say? I was gonna kind of mention, go over. This past week there was the death of John Witherspoon, comedian, and of course I didn't know all. You're the movie guru. I don't know which one of y'all was his favorite movie, but he's definitely known for Friday.
Yeah,
And 77, which seems young to me now. I used to think I was old, but it seems young to me now. And it's just, life is too short, really. And that's been my thought all week, that life is too short. So try to do things that are going to, edify other people and inspire, and just rather than just living.
Yeah.
So today we're covering domestic violence, and I've been wanting to do this since October, and I think it's really important. I know I haven't experienced domestic violence myself, but I have a lot of friends and family members that have, so I think it's something important, really important, that not everyone talks about. Even men who that I know that have experienced domestic violence. And do you have any thoughts on that? You haven't been?
I haven't been a victim or been a part of that,
so I do have.
Not really.
Yeah, like I said, I do have friends, male friends of mine that have been abused, but men don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I mean, women don't want to really talk about it. It's not an easy subject to talk about, but men definitely don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I brought you on. You want to go by Brittany or Lady 380?
Lady
or how do you guys
380.
do it? Lady 380. Y'all remember that. But I saw you at a poetry show. What was the name of the show?
Houston Improv.
Houston Improv.
We did the lights, camera, spit for our Netflix series.
And they were recording for Netflix. So yeah, that was a big show. And I had been to one before that, and then I went to this last one, and I was impressed. Well, I was impressed by everybody there. They're just so talented, and I actually wish I could get on the mic and do poetry, but I can't. I haven't got to the point where I can remember everything yet. And I was just like, how do you remember all of that?
Definitely. And dedication.
Yeah. So you weren't able to do the way you spit poetry now. You weren't. Did you do that from the beginning, or you just gotten better and better? But how long have you been doing?
I've gotten better, definitely. My writing has improved. Definitely my stage performance. Like now, I can look at a clip from a year ago, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, what were people even so interested in? But it just comes with growth, practice, being in front of people, knowing what like helps move them, and and try to tie that into getting out your story too. So.
Right. Okay. So you actually had a poem about domestic violence.
I did.
And you got it?
Sorry, I'm trying to get her in.
And I wanted you to, if you don't mind, performing that, and then we will go from there.
Okay. They're actually asking me for a title for this poem now. Hopefully y'all can help me out with that, because I actually don't have one, but I need to make one to.
So the one you're about to do,
yes,
you
I
don't have a title
for
it yet.
It's the one that I did.
Oh, okay.
I kind of stopped titling my poems a while back,
Okay.
just because I didn't want to focus on that, but now I have to.
Well, we did separate them when we have. I have a sorry to
No, you're okay.
go off, but have a friend a couple of friends that actually do like albums of their poetry.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
in that sense, I guess it would be good for them to have titles. All right, Miss Lady 380.
Okay, so allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Lady 380, and whatever I speak is my truth. So if you find yourself offended or unable to relate, then these bullets weren't meant for you. I am a spoken assassin, so this is your final warning. I aim for straight headshots, and ain't nobody in here bulletproof. Like a lamp being shoved off the nightstand, broken bulb fragments scattered across the floor, I watched as my mother's light started to lose its shine. Shocked by a blow from a lover who was half full, her glasses now flying across the room. They had to have both been artists. Her face, its canvas, with each stroke he'd paint his anger and anguish, and then she'd paint right over the blacks of his blues. What happened? When disagreements turned into wrestling matches, he's laying the smackdown as a 4-year-old yells from the crowd, "Get off my mama." Baby, we're just playing. Go back to your room, escapes faintly through his grip around her throat, and I choke. How could these scrawny little arms lift the weight of my mother's pain? How could they engage in mortal combat before temperatures of sub-zero caused me to get over here in a corner and freeze? Why can't she finish him, be finished with him? That would be the ultimate flawless victory. I'm so afraid that if I don't pray hard enough, that it may end in a fatality. So, dear God, please grant my mother the serenity not to take her frustrations out on me. I wasn't trying to talk back. I was only clarifying. See, I'm trying to be perfect for her so that we can be perfect for him, so that he won't have to hit her and I won't have to think about killing him. Amen.
Amen.
It confused me to watch my mother be in love with and afraid of a man at the same time, until it became me when I allowed my lover to hit me, as long as it wasn't that hard. As long as he didn't leave any scars, then they were just love taps. Because see, I've seen far worse, and my mother overcame that when those red, white, and blues flickered outside of our 2-bedroom. Superheroes came rushing in, guns drawn down on the offending. Who knew that supermen wore badges instead of capes? Came
sweeping in to save Lois Lane before Ike made and a maid eat the cake. Funny how the games we play as children become the games we play as adults. All I saw was stars playing ring around the rosy above my head, on the run from goons and goblins. Why couldn't I just Pac-Man and escape this battlefield before Donkey Kong decided to play duck hunt and my mother have to dig duck? Not too sure how long it took for my mother's wounds to heal, but I'm just grateful that enough was enough before it became too much and things happened too little, too late. So if you see something, say something. Lady 380.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
nice. Very nice.
I love it. I love it.
How'd you come up with
Let me
that?
turn this around.
Whew. Well, personal experience. Mostly every poem that I write, unless someone specifically asks me to personalize it for them, is just written from experience. And when I first began writing it, I just kind of thought about what stage I wanted to perform it on, and if I wanted to do it at the Improv, I didn't want it to be so heavy because you want to give people a live show, but you don't want everybody just crying and not being able to come back from it. So I knew that I had to try and, throw things in there that people would be able to relate to and kind of uplift them in certain moments where you can say, oh, okay, that was, that part was good while it was heavy as well. So.
Okay, so when you originally wrote it, was it more raw, more heavy?
Yeah, definitely. I included everything that I wanted to, so I didn't take away from that, but just how I deliver it, what kind of references I would use, with the whole games and, Mortal Kombat, things like that, that, people could relate to.
Okay, that's cool.
And so in your experience, I guess, I'm going to assume that you watched your mother go through that, and this poem was
Definitely
originally from you. So how did it affect you as far as dating or going into relationships? And
Well, I do know that, like I referenced in the poem, I did encounter where I was in a relationship, and we would have physical altercations. All the time, but to me it still wasn't that serious because I've seen worse things. So it kind of, to me, it made me still accept it, even though I had been seeing it for the majority of my upbringing. But it didn't, like I said, if he didn't do it as badly, then it's like, okay, well, you know what, if a man loves you and he's that passionate about it,
right,
he must really love you.
right.
And if he's not putting me in a hospital, or if I can say that we got in a fight but no one can look at me and be able to physically tell, then hey, maybe it's not so bad. This is probably what goes on all the time, and I'm getting the better end of the deal.
I think people, in my opinion, that either grow up seeing that or have been dealing with that so long, it just becomes norm.
Yeah.
It becomes the norm.
Yep.
Like this is
We're
what
used to it.
Right, exactly. So at some point in my life, like I said, I think when I was very, very small, my mom kind of went through a little bit of, the men that she dated sometimes, a lot of maybe verbal abuse mostly, but yeah, I think at one point, I think she was tired of it, but she told me, she said, Marie, if a man ever hits you, you let that be the first time and the last time.
Right.
Right. That stuck with me my whole life. I was probably like 6 or 7. That stuck with me my whole life, and I've never been in a abusive relationship, only because I've probably looked for the signs before,
right,
like while we're talking.
Yeah.
There's been some times maybe I'm just talking to somebody for 2 weeks, and they get mad at some point, or I realize they have a bad temper. I don't want to go any further. It's not going any further.
Yeah.
And by that time, it's early enough to terminate and not, have so much effect. But I think it is hard for women that's always been my question, women who are experiencing domestic violence, why they stay.
Yeah.
I've never understood that.
And
Why can't you just leave? And it's
No.
a lot of people. It's better. It's easier said than done.
Right.
A lot of people just leave. You know what?
Right.
You know.
But no, I can attest. My mama wasn't no punk. Like, she used to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
It just used to be that, you know, that he wasn't my dad, so it was already kind of that thing like, oh, he's my stepdad or whatever the case. I didn't really, you know, want him in a home. But my mama, I mean, you know, she would do what she had to do, and then like once I learned, when I got older and I learned, oh, I knew how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Then okay, if a man, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we gonna, you know, get out
Why
here
do you think that she might have been okay with staying in that kind of situation?
I just think that at that time, now that I'm older and I have a child of my own, it's a lot of things that you can factor in. I mean, as a kid, I didn't really understand, but now I can assume that that was her second child by a different man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe they were married,
Mm-hmm.
and that was her first marriage, so it was like, you know, you're torn in between. You going to a church that doesn't support, you know, broken homes or divorces and things like that. So it's like you want to try everything that you can in order to save it and live up to society's standards.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things that go on behind closed doors, which she may have experienced herself and been in the same thing, thought that, oh, this is not that bad, and this is what people have to do in order to be married for however long, you know, all of 40, 50 years or whatever the case.
You just think that's part of life.
Yeah, you just think that that's part
That's
of
what
life.
marriage is.
Yeah.
I did at some point in my life. I was in a relationship that was not. It was bad. So, but at some point, I was in love at the time. So at some point, you think, well, you know, the people that fight the most, that's because they love each other the most.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
passion. I always
And you're
say
not
that.
even
Passion.
used to like peacefulness or
Yeah.
getting along. And when you are in that situation, it's like, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Especially if you've already
Exactly.
experienced the bad
Yeah.
part and you're in a good situation, you're like, when are we gonna
Where's
fight?
the drama? Yeah.
That's
Where's
my,
the drama?
That's my
But-
dilemma now.
Right.
I don't know how to
I've-
take the good without the bad. I'm
Right. I've
like,
been
wait.
So
slowly
you used
trying
to the
to.
storm, you don't know what to do
Yeah,
with the
like,
calm.
yeah.
So I've been in my own personal life. I've been trying to get used to. Okay, I should be able to get along with this person. We should like each other, you know, and we should be supported, and they should be, you know, tender to me and not, you know, the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a while to get out of that mentality, especially if you've seen it and you've lived it. It takes a while. It takes a long time. But I'm gonna switch over to Sha. I have you here, and we've been friends for a while, and I didn't even, you know, because we haven't sat down and had, you know, just intimate conversations. It's always been business related, entertainment industry related.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you can be. My point is sometimes you can be around people and not even know,
Yeah.
you know, what, you know, they came from, what they've been through, what's going on. But tell me a little bit about what you wanted to share today.
Well, my experience is a little different because I was actually involved.
You were-
My mom, I never saw it, you know, growing up. It was just me and her. When my dad left when I was 6. And then since then, it was just always me and my mom, you know, growing up. So with me, I was young. I'd never seen a man really even yell at a woman.
Mhm.
My dad's not that kind of guy, you know, he's real monotone, laid back, you know, calm, you know, cool. My mom is probably the one that would,
Spicy.
yeah. But no, I didn't see that or whatever. But with me, I was young, and it started with like a push, but I was fighting back.
Mhm.
You know, a push, it was like, oh, it's just a push.
Mhm.
But then a push went to restraint.
Mhm.
And then restraint went to choking,
Mhm.
to the point to where it happened like during my pregnancy,
Mhm.
you know, and I could never, anytime the police would get involved, they would be like, well, we would have to take you both.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, you look like something, he looks like something. And I'm like, so you're telling me I have to crawl up in a corner and not defend myself, you know? So, and, you know, it's real
Were they
weird.
saying because you were both fighting?
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
even though it was self-defense,
Uh-huh.
they didn't know what the situation was. They just know when they got there, it had went down.
I thought they automatically take the man.
No.
No, they started
no,
getting out of
ma'am.
that.
Yeah.
And this
One
was in
time-
2008 or 9.
I called the police and I got taken to jail
See?
just
Yeah.
because he had evidence of scars that we had been fighting, and I had no bruises or anything.
Oh.
I went to jail.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, neither
Rules
one of
have
us.
changed.
Yeah, and see,
Definitely.
neither one of us wanted to go to jail,
Mhm.
and they like, okay, well, we can take her, but then we'll have to take you, and then vice versa.
Was neither one of y'all press charges?
No, because nobody wanted to go to jail. You know,
Mhm.
nobody wanted an assault charge.
Okay.
You know, on their
Right.
record. But like I said, I was young, and like after the first time, you asked like, why do you stay?
Yeah.
I think for everybody is different. For me, it was I don't want to like talk down,
Mhm.
but I kind of felt sorry
Mhm.
because when it first happened, then I start getting all of, well, this happened in my childhood. That happened in my childhood
Oh,
from the
right,
person.
right.
Okay.
This happened in my childhood, that happened in my childhood, and it's like, okay, you already love the person for whatever
Mhm.
the reasoning is.
How long were you together?
Together, a couple of years,
Okay.
yeah, something like that. Prior
Did you
to.
ever feel like you could fix it? Because I know I've been
No.
in situations where
Yes,
men
yes.
so messed up, and
You
stay
always
because you
think-
think you
yeah.
can help them get over whatever they have.
You want to. I don't know if you stay because you think you can. I
Mhm.
think you stay because you want to.
Mhm.
You kind of know that this is who this person was prior to even you coming in to the picture, because you also don't think about at that time, because it's a maturity thing.
Mhm.
You also don't think about at that time that it's not you that's the problem. No
Mhm.
matter how much they tell you it's you, it's yin and yang, and you'll believe it.
Mhm.
Like, I lost myself completely in front of my family, in front of my peers, in front of my child.
Mhm.
You know, and I got to a point to where I didn't even recognize myself.
So how early on in the relationship did you start seeing signs that maybe
Before I even got pregnant.
Wow.
Okay.
Hmm
But you loved him by then.
I did. Hmm
So how did you get out of that situation? I guess moving
Prayer,
fast forward a little bit.
a whole lot of prayer, and then just coming in, like, focusing on myself.
Mhm.
You know, like,
Did your mom know about it? Sorry.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
I have an older brother too. You know, you
So
automatically.
what'd your family say?
My brother come get you.
Yeah, you automatically. My brother was like, "How can I defend you and you're not defending yourself? Defending yourself meaning leave him alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. I can't come and put myself in a situation when you're not even like." And that's the kind of family that I have, which is good.
I think that's
Yeah,
the worst when you try to
definitely.
help somebody and then they go right back to
You
where.
go back.
Yeah,
Of
I
course.
try not to jump
Of
in right
course.
away and help people because
Yeah.
sometimes they want to be in where they're
Yeah.
at.
And even if they don't want to, it just sometimes, like my aunt always told me, bought sense is better than told. Like, you can tell somebody your story, but until it actually happens to you and you're in that position, you don't understand the depth
Right.
of it. You don't realize what the feeling is. So,
No, and that's the problem me and my mom had.
Yeah.
Like, she couldn't relate. It was weak to her,
Mm.
Yeah.
and it was weak.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm going through. So
Right.
it's like, instead of preaching to me or instead of like scolding me, it's like, can you help me? Like, apparently I'm not getting
You're not
something.
connecting
Something's
all
not
the dots.
connecting.
Yeah.
In the midst of, partying, your head is altered because you're drinking and you're doing drugs. You're a party animal, and I was a party animal at the time of this.
Mhm.
So my mind is not. I had to step back from all of that to get
Not thinking rationally.
myself together. Yeah, yeah. You can't think rationally because your chemicals are all imbalanced.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So after all the prayer and all the stepping back and looking at yourself, how did that situation end?
I'm married.
No, I'm not. No, I know you guys are doing that now. Let's
Yes,
talk about that a
yes,
little bit.
yes.
But
No.
how did you get a step away from that and end that and move on?
Like I said, I just focused on myself and I put myself first, and I stopped also putting the complete blame on him, and I took responsibility for my actions as
The
well.
hardest.
I
thing.
stopped blaming my family for not trying to help me, and I'm like I just said, how can they help me if I'm not helping myself?
Mhm.
Even
Help me
friends.
help you. That's
Yeah,
the-
like even friends, like it took, a form of isolation, soberness,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Self-reflection,
So
probably.
definitely,
Yeah.
above anything, self-reflect. You have to
Yeah.
start with self-reflection
Mhm.
before you can move in. You can't go anywhere unless you reflect on self.
Right.
Right.
It's easy to blame the other person. It's easy to play victim. But one thing, my mom is always taught, because we've been through a lot. You're not a victim, like, you know. So that's why you don't know about it, because I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I decided to come and talk today because it could help. You know, when people know, like,
Definitely.
like my daughter she can come to a radio and tell some stories when she gets older.
Right.
You know, and then there's women who can't get out of it.
Right.
And it's scary, like Jennifer Lopez in Enough.
Mm-hmm.
I was never scared of him,
Right.
but I was scared that I would do something that I would regret for the rest of my life, because it got there a couple of times.
You do something to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
one wrong hit could go a hit could go wrong, and one of us might never wake up from that hit or something like that. Yeah.
That's true.
So your marriage now.
Mm-hmm.
How did that? How did you realize? Okay, this is the man I want to be with.
The night that we met, I got a feeling from him. Number one, he was not from Houston, Texas. Y'all
What's wrong
know,
with that?
nothing at all.
I'm kidding.
But everybody knows everybody, you know. And when if you find someone from out of town and you live in Houston, I mean, it's a great thing.
Right.
Fresh start.
Fresh start. There you go.
I've heard
Fresh
that
start.
before. I've heard that
And not
before.
just Houston, like anywhere. I'm born and raised here. I've never lived anywhere else, you know, my whole life, you know. So knowing everybody and stuff like that is just like, meeting him was a breath of fresh air. Not only that, I got an energy. I felt an energy, like it was a little electricity that I never felt before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same feeling. I still get it. Like some people be like, that's cheesy. And my grandfather would always be like, you know, a man will know, like he knows. And he told me literally that night that I was gonna be his wife, and I was like, hold on, wait.
Oh, when y'all met.
Yeah, when we met, and I curved him. We went on a date.
Wow.
I did, because it felt too good. Like you said,
Where's the drama?
where's the drama?
Yeah.
He was honest with me about his life. You know, like, where's the drama? It just felt like, okay, something's gonna go wrong. What's gonna go? Nothing was going wrong. I curved him
You're
like,
waiting for something to go wrong? Like
not really waiting, but
sometimes
expecting.
I do that. I'm like, let me wait.
I was
for
kind of
this
expecting.
till the real one comes out.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting. I kept him. We were friends. To be totally honest, I really wanted to like go there with him, but I didn't. You know, prior to I was doing everything. I was like, something's different about this.
Yes.
And then it just so happened that one day I was moving, and my help canceled at the last minute, and I was like, oh my god. And my mom was like, call Marquise, and I was like, can you come help me move, please? He was like, I'll be there as soon as I get off work. And then we were literally together 2 weeks later. So we met in 2013, and then we finally got in a relationship in 2015.
Okay.
And then we got married in 2016, and now we have 2 kids.
And he has kids too, so
Yeah, so we're
together,
blended.
little
Yeah,
mesh
because I have
family.
my oldest, and then our little 2, and he has his 2 oldest. So it's a total of 7 of us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna switch over to Brittany, but I'm happy for you, and I've been watching the whole journey.
You were at the wedding.
Yes, I was.
You were the MC.
I was so that was cool.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy, and it's always good to see friends. Either not that I knew you were coming out of something, but you just see friends grow and do things that I forgot what I was gonna say.
It happens.
I got a
Congratulations,
brain
that's
freeze.
Thank you.
Brittany, Lady 380. Tell us what you have going on so far. You know, you're kind of, I guess I could say 2020 goals or.
Oh yes, definitely. I have
some
all
shows
that
that
written
you have
out.
to know, because I know you have something coming up Wednesday, but you also mentioned something else.
Tonight there's Rappers Against Poets.
Mm-hmm.
So we've taken some of Houston's hottest poets, Houston's hottest rappers, battle rappers. Shout out to Houston Barcode. We've collaborated. We have, I think, 7 sets of poets and rappers. We've been given a topic, and tonight we'll show everybody who did the best, or people I guess can choose.
Where's it at? Where is it?
It's gonna be at iClub off of 59. Don't ask me to cross street. I don't know, but if you search Google iClub, it's off of Southwest Freeway.
So just I as an igloo,
and then
okay.
club. Yes,
Okay.
all together, one word.
What time? Time?
Doors open at
Trying to help
6.
you promote you.
I got you. I appreciate you.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Doors do open at 6 o'clock. Show probably starts around 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
There will also be live music in between. Great entertainment, like y'all. We bringing the whole city out on this one. Like,
So you guys already,
it's
sorry to interrupt you. You guys already know what you're gonna.
what we're gonna write about.
Okay.
Well, we've written about the topic, so it's not gonna be like off the dome. But
Okay.
we don't know. Like, I haven't heard my opponents. What piece
So
they're
you're already
doing.
matched up.
We're matched up already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going
So you done your
against,
research.
Oh, definitely.
so you're going against.
Oh,
A
definitely.
rapper?
Shots fired. Okay, Scotty catching a body.
So are
tonight.
you going against a rapper or another poet?
I'm going against a rapper. So it's going to be one rapper and one poet for each topic. So rappers against poets.
Are they gonna actually rap or they're gonna speak their lyrics?
Yeah, since they are rappers, they won't be going with music.
Okay.
So it'll just be, you'll get a chance to see the creativity beside inside of it all.
Okay.
Just lyricism and everything like that, just the nitty gritty. And so it's like, who can do it better, like who can perform better or whatever. So I'm really excited. Like, that's probably the best. Since this, I was really excited about that last poem that I actually just did today, and then this is probably now it's my number one favorite, just because I'm like, it's a battle rapper, like, they're gonna come hard. I have to do a little bit more than my norm. Like, it just took me outside of my box, and I feel like that really pushed me to create something great.
So do you have to do that poem tonight? Or?
I have to do it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
And then
Wednesday, we have Houston Improv. Shout out to We Go Live. Shout out to Soul Poetry. This is our last show at the Improv for the year.
Okay.
So we're going to show off. That's what the title, the theme of it is. We're almost sold out. We normally always sell out, like, every show. So that's going to be really dope as well. We have a lot of hot people on the lineup for that as well. So if y'all want to follow We Go Live or Soul Poetry, Houston Barcode, of course, Lady 380, then do that.
And so when you said this is your last show for the year, so when do y'all start up again in 2020?
In January.
Okay.
Definitely in January. Going into 2020, each year I do my own production entitled No Smoke. Is where I'm able to give my fans a more intimate side of me. So some of the more intimate poems that you might hear on the Improv may have been something that was cultivated during that time, because that's not, my fans really don't get that if you just see me come and perform one piece.
Oh, okay.
So
it's a solo show.
Right.
The smoke. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. I have other people that come and include it, but it's geared towards me more so. So August 22nd of 2020.
Do you do that at the same place or is it
Same
different?
place, Midtown Arts Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, off of La Branch.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Check that out. So check that out, guys. It's
Definitely.
at _Lady380,
Yes.
right? For Instagram. And then just Lady380 on Facebook.
Yes.
Awesome.
Miss Sha.
Lady380poetry.com. Sorry,
I gotta follow
I had
you.
to plug that. On the website.
And so what do you have going on? So we're gonna wrap up a little bit here in a few minutes, but I wanted to see what you have.
So,
What you're working on?
about a year ago, I graduated film school.
Mhm.
So thank you. And right after we decided to knock a baby out, because I'm like, hey, we gotta knock this out. We gotta give Marley a little sibling. So I'm gonna get back to work in January. I actually have 2 music videos that I'm gonna be shooting independently, and a new short. I shot a short when I was right before I graduated, and I submitted it to a film festival, and it was kind of a wake-up call because I didn't handle it the way that I should have. I was a little mediocre about it, I would say. So this particular short is very dear to me because I'm going to be telling a personal story of my own, and then like the music videos, because I want to focus on music videos before I transition to movies.
Okay.
So
I was telling Gabriel that you'd done a short film. I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah,
What was
no.
the title of that?
It was called Duplicity.
Okay.
And it's my baby. I love it. It was my everything. Editing wise, and then we had some shooting restrictions that I was trying to finagle editing, because I directed it, I wrote it, and I edited it. So when you're submitting to film festivals that have support of Avas and Tylers and Isas and Lena Waits and all of these people, there's people that eat, breathe, and live film all day long. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting there.
Yeah. Okay.
And Duplicity, it doesn't reflect my best. You know, it looked good. It was cool.
Did you feel that after you made it, or did you know that while you were putting it together?
Both. Yeah. Because it was a lot going on at school. It was just a lot, and that's like, you know, you have to, like your poetry, you have to write it out and plan it out, and you can't be rushed. Right. So that's why I'm taking my time with this new short, and you know, you learn from each one.
Do you have a title yet for the new short?
I don't.
No.
I don't, not yet, but maybe I'll come back and promote
it. What's a snippet of what it's about?
It's gonna be about the day my dad left.
Oh,
okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Gabriel does some of the same as far as film and
really
movies. So that's why I was, telling you about it. But that'd be good if y'all network.
Yeah, because I mean, it's crazy because I used to be in front of the camera, and music videos have always been like a thing to me. I have like hella videos recorded at my mom's house on VHS. Like I would just sit and just record. And so when you're like trying to find your niche, I was like, I can look at videos all day, and I'm like, no, I think I need to focus like my vision right now on like music videos.
And are you good? Is that where your happiest and your best place is, when you're creating that visual for the song?
Like I can listen to a song and I can see the video in my head. It's always been like that. So I gotta do something with that. I gotta do something. I mean, that's what I'm doing for 2020. We're doing videos and a couple of shorts, getting these film festivals going. You know, we gotta get Houston on the film map, because it's a whole lot of people that do independent films, and we just, Atlanta.
Yeah, it's an Austin thing out here.
It's Austin, it's definitely Austin.
I don't know why it's not like that out here. Somebody needs to do something.
I think it may be. I don't know what it is either. We're gonna figure it out, and we gonna.
The culture.
I don't know if it needs to be.
I think it's
in front
culture.
of the right people that actually want to,
Most artists, even singers and stuff, they're like, they feel like they gotta go to New York to get a chance, or LA to get a chance, and
it's kind of true.
There's so much
but we have
here
other
in
people that are
Houston.
coming here to, get exposure, and when other people from different cities or different states come to our place, then we're paying to see them.
I also feel like it has to do with placing your product in front of. You can create something and not, you just place it in front of the right eyes.
Exactly.
And I learned that in school, like the film festivals. Like you can see social media. Look on the film festival social media and see who's supporting it. Or whatever the case is, and it's right there. It's like right there.
Usually people who kind of get ahead and get into that is they're actually hungry for it, and they're looking for it and doing what they need to do to get there. I was talking to Gabriel about me doing my cooking show and stuff like that. He's like, well, what happened? How are you not? I'm like, because I haven't put my focus and my energy into it. I always have something else going on, or I have 2 or 3 things going on. And that one thing I've been learning as I get older is like, okay, maybe do this and finish it, and do this and finish it, and do this. Because when I'm doing so much at one time, I don't get nothing done.
And that was with Duplicity.
Or half-ass. It just
that was the thing with Duplicity. Editing, it's like I really should have got somebody that I could sit next to and be like, hey, this is my vision, like directors do. No directors editing, sitting in there in Adobe Premiere editing their movie. You know what I'm saying? Because you're already wearing a hat that's big enough. So it's a learning experience. You try to do everything. You're used to doing everything yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you want it done right, you gotta do it.
Right.
You want to close with? I think we're gonna wrap up, and but I don't know how long we.
About 30, 40 minutes.
So we're good on time. I want to get everybody, I want to get everybody in and out. Didn't want to, use up too much time. We all have stuff to do. But I appreciate you ladies coming, Lady 380,
of course.
and Sha Gary. I appreciate
the invite.
Yes, thank you.
So if you can, let everyone know where they can find you, or whatever you want to close out with, and the same.
Selfless plug.
Yeah, Lady 380 Poetry, definitely. I just started a new blog. Yes, that's my website. I'm trying to be all professional and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all see me on Netflix and people try to look for me, you got to know where to find me.
That's right.
I want to be professional. But Instagram _ Lady 380. Facebook page, search for me as a person, not a a page, not a people. Lady 380. If you like what you hear, please leave a review, share, all that good stuff.
Okay. Awesome.
Sha?
Okay,
Where
I am at Feline Films 713. It's FELIONFILMS 713 at Instagram. My website, don't even worry about it because it's about to be updated. Don't even waste your time. I'm just gonna update it. Going into 2020.
But we'll have you back when you're doing your
Yeah, for sure. So once
films coming out.
I'm 100% in mommy mode. So when January comes, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, and then if you're an artist, I had submissions, and I have a couple of people that I'm definitely gonna work with, but I would like more
Houston?
submissions. They are from Houston.
Okay.
You can be a pop artist.
So she's looking for some artists to do
I am.
videos.
The video.
Yeah.
You don't worry about a budget. This is not anything to do with a budget. You got me? Okay. I got you. You did.
She might need a video.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So you could be a poet.
All kind of things.
Yeah,
I got
visuals,
people-
yeah.
I think that would be
The
cool.
whole
to
like,
do a
oh
poetry
yeah,
video.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I edit. I write. I shoot.
All
So
the same stuff. So
yeah. So artists, please, hip hop, pop, R&B. Sorry, country artists. I can't do it right now.
Come on,
No,
Sha.
not right. Not yet. But yeah, pop, R&B, hip hop. Like, get at me if you don't have a budget. You can send your music to felinefilms@gmail.com, and you can just shoot me a link to a song that you would want to shoot. I'm just looking for artists because there's also no female. It's a lot of male music video directors in Houston,
Right.
and there's not one female in Houston, Texas. So I'm coming.
Yes, we're gonna get you there. Girl.
Yeah, we coming.
Shaw's going to be the next Ava, okay?
That's awesome.
So
The next Ava, the first shot. You hear me?
But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching and listening to Speak Easy. So join us next Sunday. I think we'll have a music artist. I'm still working on what we're going to do. But I want to try to have like someone from the industry and then a poet, industry poet. So we'll see how that goes. But you can find me at Marie in Houston. And
at Gabriel.a.Bush for Instagram and Gabriel Bush on Facebook.
And that is it. Bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
coming. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, what's that? Somebody commented.